Dear students, now I am going to do with you or discuss with you one model question paper. This question paper is of June 2019. So Karnataka 2nd PU English previous year question paper, June 2019. Instructions. Look at the instruction. So 3 hours will be given to you, 3 hours and 15 minutes, and marks are 100 marks. So instructions are thus: follow the prescribed limit while answering the questions. Means they are asking you how many words to write. So don't go beyond that. If they ask you 80 words, don't go for 200 or 300 words. Write the correct question number as it appears on the question paper. You are not supposed to change. If they write A, B, C, D, please don't write 1, 2, 3, 4 as comes to your mind. You have to follow strictly the question number that they have asked you. Otherwise, you are the losers of marks. 1 mark questions attempted more than once will be answered 0. Awarded 0. Sometimes what we say, one or two answers, even if, when it comes for grammar, objective type questions, there will be options. Okay, you feel that both are right and you answer in first page the same question, and also in answer somewhere in between or the end the same question will answer. So for what to give the mark? Nobody knows it. That is why whatever, if you write answer twice one question, you will be given 0 marks. Remember that. Answer to questions, question numbers 24 A, J and 25 1, 3 should be in sequence and at one place. Okay, don't go on writing loud 25 first 3 or 25 you write somewhere, and in that first somewhere you write 3, somewhere you write, and you don't write the sequence this way. It will become wrong answer. If you just write there 3, it is again, we will be thinking that you are writing the main number, that is 3. We will not be remembering that you are answering as a sub question there. So that is why, see that you follow the sequence as it is. Numbers should be as it is mentioned in the question paper. For multiple choice questions, choose the correct answer and rewrite it. Sometimes you feel that you will write all the answers, then you circle it. No, you have to choose from the question paper and write it. Or if you are going to write the question, see that you rewrite the answer. So question number 1. Here the instruction has been gone. This is the 1 mark questions. Now we are going into, let us see how many questions follow. When does Juliet want Romeo to be a star? So the answer is, Juliet wants Romeo to be set up in heaven with the stars after her death. Question number 2. On the shores of which sea is the kingdom of Monaco located? The Mediterranean Sea. Question number 3. On children, you may give them your love but not your thoughts. Name the author of Tapovan as mentioned in Everything I Need to Know. I learnt in the forest. Answer has been cut here. Please find out the answer for this question. Next question. What does Don Gonzalo use to brush the dust from his shoes? His handkerchief. To whom is the poem When You Are Old addressed? To a young lady with whom the speaker was deeply in love. How much of Tamana's land did Basavaya acquire forcibly? That is 200 acres. What would be the foot like to be? The foot one would like to be a butterfly or an apple. Which is the most astounding invention of man according to Borges? So answer is, book is undoubtedly the most astounding invention of man. Next, how long had Roof been a bicycle repairer's apprentice? He was not there in the village, he was in the city as a bicycle repairer's apprentice. How long was he there? So Roof worked as a bicycle repairer's apprentice for 2 years. Name the Aravalli activist who penned the famous song. That's their anthem. Okay, who wrote it? Muthu Bhaskaram. Whose life is becoming more hazardous in Brazil every day? According to George Mikes, the pedestrian's life is becoming more hazardous in Brazil every day. Pedestrians means those who walk by foot at the roadside. Why? Because of the heavy traffic. He feels that the pedestrians' lifestyle is very dangerous there. Now answer any 8 of the following questions. So here there are 12. 1 into 12 is 12. Now here there are 8 of the following you have to answer. And you remember when you answer 8 questions, please remember that at least in those 8 ones you choose 2 from the poems in a paragraph of 80 to 100 words each. How does Romeo describe Juliet's beauty in Romeo and Juliet? This is a common question they are asked for almost all the exams. The moment Romeo catches sight of Juliet, he is enchanted with her flawless beauty. Flawless means without any flaw, without any spot or stain. It is very pure. Immediately he exclaims in wonder and says that she teaches the torches to burn bright. So she is more brighter than the torch, that is why she can teach the torches to burn bright. Then noticing her conspicuous brightness in the night, he says that she appears like a precious jewel hanging in the ears of an Ethiopian. So he looks at her at night and feels that she is shining as though an earring on an Ethiop's ear. How does it shine at night? In the same way she shines at night. Finally, seeing that she outshone every other lady in the room, he says that she was like a snowy white dove trooping with the crows. Now he compares her to snowy white dove. He tells himself that he had never felt so much in love because he had never seen anyone truly beautiful like Juliet until that night. Okay. Next question. Why did the criminal refuse to escape from a prison in 2 Deer? Why he did not agree to escape? When the king realized that it was a serious matter to keep a criminal imprisoned for life and it would cause his life people a huge financial burden, he summoned his ministers and asked them to find a cheaper way of punishing the criminal. So he thought that he can't keep the criminal anymore inside because you have to spend a lot of money for him. The ministers met and after several deliberations suggested that they must dismiss the guard and save some money. The king agreed to their suggestion. Soon the guard was dismissed and they waited curiously to see what the criminal would do. The criminal came out of his prison at dinner table, collected his food from the palace kitchen and returned to the prison, shut the door on himself and stayed inside. Later the Minister of Justice asked him why he had not run away as there was no guard to watch over him. You know already the guard was dismissed, but even then the man couldn't run away, did not run away. Now why? Why is he that not agreeing to run? Answer is here. They even told him that the prince would not mind if he ran away. But the prisoner told him that he had nowhere to go as his character had been ruined and people would turn their backs on him. So he feels that his character is fully ruined. Okay, it has gone. It has been killed away because he was there in the prison for many years. Now people all around know that he is not a good man. Moreover, he had forgotten the habit of working, and so if he ran away, he would be forced to work for earning his living. That is why the criminal refused to run away from prison. That's why he feels that he should not run away from the prison, he should be inside the prison only. Even if he goes out now, nobody would give him job because of his behavior. Next question. Your children are not your children. How does the poet illustrate this truth in the poem On Children? So you know, in On Children, when a lady comes and asks to speak to her about the children, you know that he says that your children are not your children. What is the meaning of it? According to Khalil Gibran, love occupies the most important place in God's creation. Love is not created by us but is sent from above and it directs everything in our life as it sees fit. In this poem, Khalil Gibran illustrates how love works in the intimate relationship of parenthood. Gibran wants us to understand that our role as parents is only stewardship and nothing else. In the line, Your children are not your children, Gibran tells parents to be aware that a child is not a thing to be possessed by us because we have not created life. A child is eternal life itself and is a gift from the abundance of existence. It is a gift from God, and the child is made by God and is for God. We should not possess them, he says. As parents, we may have brought them to the earth. This has happened so because we have been chosen to be a vehicle, and so we are nothing else but a passage. Okay, we are just instrument in the hand of God because He has chosen us to be His vehicles in bringing the children to the earth. It is life's longing for itself that brings children to earth. So the love that attracts both a male and female. That's what helps them to bring out a child to the earth. Okay, as sons and daughters. Since children are not lifeless things, we cannot possess them. Material things can be possessed, but children cannot be possessed because they are gift from God. He says. That is why the prophet categorically states that your children are not your children, he says. Not to be sticking on to them because they are of God's. Next question. How does Vandana Shiva describe the Navadanya farm? And this is not there for you this time. This portion has been deleted. Next question. Describe the beauty of nature that makes the earth a heavenly abode. So, having convincingly argued that we do not need to seek heaven in the skies, and this very earth is heavenly in reality, the poet presents the splendor of harvest and the beauty of the moonlit night. So, everything in the nature is appreciated here by the poet in this poem. The poet calls these chunks of heaven. The poet wishes the reader to bring to mind the harvest season when in every bit of agriculture land do we see heaps of grains covering the land. He then presents a beautiful picture of the different forms of nature which make this earth a heaven. The poet claims that the roaring streams that tumble down fast from the top of the hills, the roaring surf at the edge of the waves that come rolling across oceans and seas, the tender rays of the sun bathing the vast green forest, and the gentle sun warming up the earth make this earth a heaven. So, everything beautiful that is beautiful in the world or the earth is mentioned here, and poet says earth, air itself, heaven, air itself. Secondly, he mentions the moonlit night on which the whole earth seems to be bathed in silvery light. Finally, the poet says the reader that the poet who enjoys such heavenly sights imbibe the beauty of nature and spill the nectar of heaven through their poetry. This way, the poet creates heaven on earth and celebrates the joys of heaven through this poetry. Next question. How does Don Gonzalo try to hide his identity? So Don Gonzalo tells Donna Laura that his cousin took refuge in his house, fearful of the consequences of a duel with a person highly regarded in that locality. From his home, he later went to Seville and then to Madrid. Since his letters to Laura were intercepted by her parents, Gonzalo did not get any reply from her. He became speechless. In despair, believing that he had lost his love forever, he joined the army, went to Africa, and met a glorious death in a trench, grasping the flag of Spain and whispering the name of his beloved Laura. Now he narrates the incident of his past year. Why does Borges say that books will never disappear? Explain. So, according to Borges, among the many inventions of man, the book is undoubtedly the most astounding of all. So, he feels that among all the inventions or the discoveries made by man, which is the most important and most amazing one is the book. All others are extension of our bodies. The telephone is the extension of our voice. The telescope and the microwaves are extensions of our sight. So everything is an extension of our faculties, but book is an extension of our imagination and memory. Modern modes in communication have not developed anything to work as a substitute for our imagination and memory. So that's enough for now. Next part, the remaining part of this question paper we will discuss in the coming class.